You're listening to Edging the Truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Episode 26, the 1-year anniversary of Edging the Truth, your favorite conspiracy theory podcast featuring a 68-year-old, the world's horniest skeptic, one lung, and a young dad that's hates his life. But we're back. We're here. We're celebrating. We're getting jazzed up. We're going to be looking back on this past year of podcasting, some of our favorite moments, some of our favorite topics, maybe some of our least favorite topics, stuff we'd like to revisit, a couple montages, some new voicemails with some potential new topics. We're just celebrating. We're having a good time. So like Red said, I believe the official first episode of Edging the Truth dropped on the 29th of last year. So that would be tomorrow as we are recording this live right now. Thank you all for tuning in live if you are with us. edgingthetruth.com/live, twitch.tv/edgingthetruth, youtube.com/edgingthetruth. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook as well. We're here. We're loving it. I'm bringing the energy. I'm going to crush 6 beers on this episode. That's my personal challenge. Let me, as my good buddy Brian would say, throw it up there to him. Brian, how are you feeling? Welcome to the 1-year anniversary. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, it's good to be here. 1 year. So many topics. In the past week, we were looking back at all the episodes, trying to find our favorite moments. And man, yes, there was we did a lot of jibbery jabbery. A lot of stuff was had. A lot of facts were had. Sometimes too many so. But that's why we bring you to the edge, baby. Right to the edge. No further. That's it's been a fun time. I think we've had good times. I think that's underlying what this is, why we're here week in, week out, because it's a good time. We gotta have a good gibber. And that's so it's like, some friends doing podcasts together. I like it.
I love it. Who doesn't love a good hand gibber that takes you to the edge?
1 hour later.
All right, we're going to toss it down to Mikey Salads. How are you feeling? Welcome to 1 year of Edging the Truth. Mini Pies, 50 milligram Mikey, Dart Daddy, one lung, two holes, 3 darts. How are we feeling,
already.
buddy?
Oh, appreciate that. Yeah, well, like we were saying, I've loved doing this podcast with you guys. Couldn't think of a better group to do it with. It's been a year. It's been a lot of fun looking back this week on all of our past podcasts and just seeing everything that we've done and all the different topics, the clips and the laughs. And man, it's been a year, and it's crazy to think that it's been a year already. I feel like we're just getting started. We're finally starting to hit our pace a little bit. And so I'm excited to see where this next year goes. And we've still got a lot to go. I think that we're finding ways to start really kind of pierce our way through the market. And I'm excited to see what we're doing in the future here. But this year's been amazing. It's been a lot of fun. I've loved getting to know you guys better and just having a fun time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Salads. We go back.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Brian
Such
said.
a nice sentimental statement.
I don't know.
Mikey of House Pies. I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Thank you for those kind words. So, technical difficulties be damned. Our fearless leader. This podcast would cease to exist if he wasn't here. He does absolutely everything. We fill in how we can. Our guy, Red Rasmus. Red, you're back. We're able to record. We're here. We're going. How are you feeling? How have you felt about the past year? How do you feel about the podcast? How are you doing?
I mean, I'm good. I'm really good now. Internet outage be damned. We still figured out a way to record this podcast. I'm feeling great. This is super fun. The fact that we've been doing this a year is kind of amazing to me. I'm also looking forward to what we do in the next year. I also think it's awesome that I've had the chance to hang out and spend time with each of you individually, even though we all live in different cities across the country. I have now spent time with all 3 of you motherfuckers. So that's the best part. Is we have got to do a podcast where we're all in person. That's my new goal. My new mission for 2023 is a podcast where we're all in person. So stay tuned for that.
Agreed.
People.
That
Ready to
would,
give us herpes in person. Got it.
yeah.
Yes.
Get us one big circle jerk for the live episode of all of us together on Edging the Truth. But this is episode 26. It's the 1 year anniversary, like we said. We're going to party hardy this evening. We're going to celebrate. We're going to look back at some of our favorite moments. We're going to have some montages. We have some clips. Before we get into that, I'm going to go around one more time. I'm going to start back with you again, Red. What has absolutely been, like, what's your favorite part about doing this podcast? Not clips, just general favorite part. I think you kind of already said that, but is it just the hanging out with us? But what else?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's some structured hang time, which I love. I love feeling productive and hanging at the same time because I feel like I'm killing two, Joneses at the same time. And at the same, I also like that we go down some rabbit holes of topics that I would not ordinarily think of. I think we're all four, different people. We're all different ages. So, I'm old enough to be Fudge's, well, some say grandfather. And so, like, we're coming from different perspectives, and the stuff that we're into is also, it's overlapping, but also different. So I love that, I wouldn't ordinarily think to talk about Mexican Coke as a conspiracy theory, but we did, and it was super fun. And the Malaysian Airlines and, some of the other the John Wilkes Booth thing I had no idea about. I love that about what we do, even if it is dumb fun talk.
No, that's a great point. There's so much shit that I would have absolutely no idea about if it wasn't for this podcast. Some things that I would have never thought to look into. One Lung, what about you? What's your favorite part about this podcast?
Well, before I say what my favorite is, Josh says Red is Fudge's zaddy.
This Fudge's zaddy.
He's
We need to
my
put that on the screen.
It's so funny. I think that first off, I think my favorite part, of course, and I think that's for all of us, is spending time with you guys. Like, getting to know each of you and hanging out and laughing. I think that especially as we're starting to come out of a pandemic, but just reaffirming, friendships and there's a lot of bad things going on in the world, and this is one thing that I can look forward to on a bi-weekly basis, and know that at least for an hour and a half I'm going to laugh and have fun with my friends, and so it's fun. My other favorite part about the podcast is that when I was in high school, all 4 years I did debate, right? And this kind of itches that a little bit, where, I did it for 4 years and then like nothing forever. And this is kind of an area where I can kind of research different topics, kind of explain my point of view, but, still listen to others and, kind of debate topics a bit. And that's fun. It's just a good time.
The structured conversation. I love that. I love that. Like, we're gonna talk about a thing for an hour. Conviction is very surprised at your comment there, Mikey.
Yeah, there seems to be an idea that goes around that I have to be right about everything, and it's not so much that I have to be right about everything, but I like to be educated, and so like I do, like, if I think that someone's called me out on something that's wrong, like I do go look to make sure that what I'm talking about is right. So, and they can make fun of me all they want, but you know what? Fuck them. I don't care.
Tell him, Mikey.
Fuck him, he says.
This is
fuck
your
'em.
platform.
He's a master debater.
He's the master debater, Mikey Book Reports, as we call him on this show. We go now. Let's kick it up to Brian. Brian, what's your favorite part about this podcast besides telling us about your sexual conquests?
The jibber jabber, which is the word of the podcast, I guess. I do like it's fun for us to talk and have a good time, and week in, week out, and it's nice to get into these topics that honestly I would not care about whatsoever.
Yeah.
And just you also see what people are like into, and like, it's like all the stuff out religious and all the different things and all our different walks of life and points of views. It is kind of fun to get up in it. But it's like I said, it's fun. It's fun to hang out with you guys and talk, and we smoke weed and we laugh a lot at some crazy bullshit.
Yeah.
Can I just ask one question before we move forward?
Yeah.
Fred, what did you just do with your foot over there?
I kicked it over.
That was really weird. Okay, never mind. I'm moving on.
Did I miss? I wasn't paying
I
attention
didn't
to
even
Red's leg up.
I saw
See it,
a
but-
Red's whole ass foot in the screen, and I was like, what the?
I kicked it over to. Yeah, isn't that no?
Oh, I get it. I get it now. Jesus Christ.
Man,
but,
y'all are slow.
you guys hit
Well,
on
I'm not slow.
you guys hit on pretty much everything, but it's just really fun. We set aside some time each week that we actually get to hang out. That's how busy we all are. We don't always get to do that. I know there was a time where we would just be in the Discord for fucking 10 hours, 8 hours a day, and we don't really get to do that anymore. So this is always great. And we're learning, we're having a good time, we're getting fucked up. And Mikey and I did shrooms on one episode. Mikey took 50 milligrams of edibles without telling the rest of us.
We got trashed too.
Yeah, we've gotten fucked up on the I almost blacked out on the St. Patrick's Day episode. But it's just been a year full of memories, and I'm ready for many more years of memories. Hopefully, who says we can't take this to the top and quit our fucking day jobs? I don't know, but let's start
Ron
looking
would.
back. Yeah, Ron. Yeah.
The algorithm.
Ron,
We're just working. We're working on. We're getting better. We're all right.
Dude. It's sometimes you just gotta eat shit for a little bit, okay?
Yes.
God, that
Anyway.
leprechaun one. I was so drunk on that one.
Let's look back at some of our favorite moments from the past year. So let's do Mikey first. Mikey, what are two of your favorite? I think you had one clip, right?
No, I had the one clip was when again, going against the grain. I don't know everything, and this particular time I was educated by our good friend Red about what an adult arcade is, and I didn't realize what it was, and then found out that I really didn't want to know what one was. Completely disgusting, but hilarious, and it was one of my favorite clips of the year.
I hope this is the right one.
As a good Christian boy, what is one of these booth places? What
Oh,
are you
booth
talking
place.
about?
A
It's
booth
an adult
place.
arcade, my friend.
It's
They
Like
don't
an,
have video
yeah, it's like
games
an
in there.
adult arcade. You go
Oh,
into
arcade.
a little. There's basically the way that it's set up is there's
Dude,
like a
room. You don't
and
know what
there's
this
little
is
booths.
because we're not fucking 100 years old like they are.
Yeah, there's that too. I don't even know if they have places like this anymore. It's like
No.
yeah, they do in Vegas. I bet. Yeah.
I mean,
So
most
yeah,
places have your adult bookstore, and they have
Wait.
the booths in the back where they play the videos. You throw.
So
a
wait, you
buck
just go in there and play adult video games?
no. This
No.
was it was live. It's a booth.
Honestly, my whole
So-
life, I thought it was adult video games. Like you played in there.
I
and the
love that
characters
I
were
get
just
to
nude.
explain this.
But yeah, no, it's not. It is like you go in and you throw a buck in and you watch porn movies. Like it's before the internet. That shit was like everywhere.
Why would you want to do
That's
that?
not what. That's not the place
people
the lusty
fucking go in
lady
there
was.
and-
No,
Snake it,
that
bro.
he's
Yeah, no,
talking
the lusty
about
lady was
a
with
lady
live
in a fucking booth.
Oh well, yeah. They a peep show is told. The
It's a
COVID
peep
killed the
show.
peep show. They didn't even kill the ones in Vegas.
Yeah.
Where
Those
you can
sound
go in and
disgusting.
do with the fucking.
Yeah,
the-
it's
you see.
it's
you
really
see on,
weird
like,
because
TV,
it's
like
just a glass room and,
where
and you can actually
the window goes up and there's a chick on the
Yes.
other side and you throw dollars at her and she dances. I mean,
Yeah, there's a great Tosh joke about it where he went into one of those, and the lady comes up to the glass, she's like, shows her pussy, and she's like, "For $1 you can lick this."
Uh-huh.
yeah,
yeah.
it is
Exactly that.
very it you definitely feel degenerate.
Yeah, when I was in San Francisco, there was one right next door to the bar I worked at, and the chicks that worked in there were pretty smoking, but they would do a lot for $1.
Well,
Yeah,
for once,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not getting deja vu from this conversation.
No, nor should
we're
you.
gonna
Nor
move it
should you.
along.
You have not lived a lusty life. Such
Sorry,
as
that was the
myself.
horny part of the podcast.
We're gonna move it along.
Keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. I've got a couple. I'm gonna just because mine are one lung. Well, the favorite parts of each of these clips for me, what got me is one lung. So let's start, Red, with the thing one lung hate. What does one lung hate?
Oh yes.
Or how about the fact that fast food restaurants
That's not a
put way
bad
too much
goal.
ice in your sodas?
That's not a bad goal.
That's not a conspiracy. That's just fucking.
Oh my god! All right, so this has been episode 20.
Ask for
Send us
light
weed.
ice.
Send us bubbly water.
I
Send
know
us
that
Taco
nothing
Bell.
I'm mentioning is a conspiracy.
Uh,
It just shit I hate. Okay,
They do that
We're
to
changing it.
save
It's not
money
conspiracy, it's just shit I
again.
hate.
How do you feel about Ubisoft, One Lung?
Oh, I fucking hate them.
It's good. Before we
uh,
I got an unsweet tea from McDonald's tonight before the recording, and it was fucking 75% ice, and that's immediately what I thought of was One Lung talking about fast food restaurants and ice.
Some light ice.
And then
Taco Bell cup right there was that light ice.
segueing into this next clip beautifully. We're talking about Pepsi. This is actually a clip from that same episode, the Food Conspiracies episode, where Red is trying to get us to name other types of Pepsi soda, and of course we were dicks about it. And then the thing that really gets me about this clip is when Mikey has the shit-eating grin on his face and he just goes, "What about Diet Pepsi?" So load it up.
And I know that the other company, Pepsi, they went really hard a few years ago with saying, you know what, we're just going to offer our stuff both ways. We're going to put pure sugar on the ones that are pure sugar, and they make Pepsi. And what are the other big Pepsi brands? I can't remember.
Cherry
There's 3 or
Pepsi?
4. Well, yeah, I mean the Pepsi, obviously all the other Pepsis, but like, there's a root beer and there's a 7-Up and et cetera, et cetera.
What about Diet Pepsi?
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
That too. We're talking about other flavors besides
Vanilla
cola
Pepsi?
flavored. Yeah,
What other
Pepsi
Pepsi
Blue?
I just
you
want to
got?
make sure.
I think our
Brian-
audience
I just wanna make sure Brian
understands what
understood
I'm
what
talking
Pepsi-
about.
He
Clearly,
said
you
that.
don't
I
understand
think-
what I'm
I
talking
think he
about.
was-
Clear
I
I
Pepsi.
didn't realize. I was like, I didn't think you were talking about their family of brands. All right, that's on
Yes,
me.
exactly.
With your family
Anyway,
of brands. But I mean, Fudge, your thoughts here? You just swilled both.
Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product. There's a Mountain. You can get Mountain Dew with real
cane
sugar.
Mountain Dew.
Yes.
Just one of our finest moments. Speaking of finest moments, let's go up to Red, because I know yours are kind of centered on a couple of Brian's finest moments on the podcast.
For a little bit of context, we all met about 2 years ago. At least I feel like that's about when I kind of came into the circle of people. And so we had known each other for about a year before we started this podcast. So one of these mistakes seems highly irregular. And then the other, we'd been doing the podcast for the better part of 9 months, and we'd all hosted the episode at least a few times. So you'd think that the other error would rarely happen. So let's take a look at Brian at his best.
Welcome to episode 20 of Edging to the Truth, you guys. We've made.
What'd you
it to
just
the big-
edging to the truth? Is that the name of our podcast?
I said edging the truth.
Yes, you said edging to the truth. To the
I
truth.
said edging the truth.
Fucking hot start on episode 20. God damn it, Brian.
God damn it. I said edging the truth. Edging to the truth. Edging to the truth. Edging to the truth. Let me just throw it out to my friends. Let me introduce them here. We got, of course, in the upper corner there, we got the big fudge daddy, Anthony, over here. And then we got Red Rasmus right there.
Anthony?
Fuck is Anthony?
That felt so fucking awkward. That's Fudge. All right, I got Fudge there. I got Red Rasmus. I got
But his
Yeah,
name
but
is-
Anthony's not my name.
Anthony.
Andy. Oh, this orangutan, guys, it just hits you sometimes.
This guy
I apologize.
talks for fucking 15 minutes.
It was 13
and then
minutes, I
he
count.
gets his-
Okay, it was
well, he doesn't even
13
know his
minutes.
fucking co-host's name.
13 minutes. And I got down a deep demon hole, and I didn't want to, and I'm trying to bring it back here so we can go into the rest of the thing. So, these are my friends here. We got Big Fudge Daddy up here. We got Red Rasmus. We got One Lung Low. Their real names are assortedly around.
Just
Anthony!
Around.
not even close. Long-haired Brian was an absolute menace.
Yes, I'm glad long-haired Brian's gone.
Speaking of Brian, your clip kind of goes along with this theme as well. Tell us about it.
This was like episode 10, I think. I think this was a Leprechaun episode. I don't know why I just was throwing around nicknames, and both that last clip that we played was also like the other clip I was choosing between because that shit was so funny. I still don't know why I called you Anthony this day, and I would still like to point out that it is your christening name. So it's like I felt like
it was my confirmation. It was my confirmation
Your
name.
confirmation name? Yes. So it was biblical. That's what I'm saying. So. Play the clip. Ready for this?
Hit the clip, dude.
All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome to episode 10 of Edging the Truth. We have reached the double digits. I am Brian Shenanigan. Below me, as always, is Anthony, Big Fudge Johnson. I just put Johnson in there for no reason.
Big tone here.
We got Mikey One Lung in the corner here, and we got Red, Big David over here on the side.
Big David.
And,
Only my parents called me
Look.
David.
Yeah,
Look,
nobody
I'm
has
trying-
ever called him Big David in his life. The man is like 5'7" and
I was trying it out.
125 pounds. What
I was trying
about
it
that
out. He
is
was talking
big
about-
to you, Brian?
Brian,
He
you're
was
a
talking
new
about
last
how he
name,
used to be
too.
bigger. He
You
used
are
to be
already
bigger,
0
so
for
I'm gonna
2
go
with
Big
these
David.
intros,
All right.
buddy.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. All right. Episode 10, Edging the Truth. The St. Patrick's episode. We're all a little inebriated already. I think that's safe to say. Some more than others. Some know the vibe, some do not. You know the vibes. But
I know this is a
But
train
today,
wreck.
we are talking about leprechauns. Long, see, it's only a train wreck if you acknowledge it's a train wreck. Keep it on the rails, fellas. All right, keep it on the rails. Episode 10, we're talking about leprechauns, guys.
I know this is a train wreck.
Long-haired Brian strikes again. I mean, just so there have been so many moments like that on this show where we'd had to stop and be like, wait, what the fuck? Like, what did you just say? And it's been all four of us have been guilty of something like that. It just seems to happen to Brian the most for some reason. Speaking of Brian, I think we got a couple montages that are pretty fun. The running theme on this podcast is Brian always has some type of sexual conquest, some type of girlfriend story, no matter what topic we are going. And that is the whole conspiracy of the podcast, actually, has Brian actually ever done any of it? Has it all just been a lie? We have to get to the bottom of it.
Crush all this puss.
So we have Red put together some awesome montages of some of Brian's best moments on the show. So go ahead and load it up if you can, Red.
And I'll just throw out there for the record, too, the last clip, I believe, of this montage is a call to action that still has yet to have any action.
I did bang a girl that thought she was a Nazi, but she was more of just a skinhead, so I don't know if that's the same
What?
thing.
What?
Yeah.
Sympathizer.
Once again, I will say, like, when you date girls that are into that stuff like that and all they talk about is that shit, you just, like, I am not into... That's her thing. That was what she did. I listened to that so I could have sex with that, and then, we move it along. But it's, yeah, I mean, it's just that she used to say she saw ghosts when I was choking her, so that was her thing. I was like, hey, you
What?
guys want to go down that path?
What?
And let me tell you, like, I don't know if I had to spell it out, but it was implied that in that whole time, a part of the thing was she wanted to have sex in haunted places. That was like the whole gist of it.
fucks.
I don't know if that was
guy
implied or
fucks.
not, but that was like her thing was to go
that's-
have sex
yeah.
in haunted
No,
places.
that's what you wanted
So
to bring up
that's-
the whole time. You just wanted
I mean,
to let us
yeah,
know
yeah.
that you've had sex before.
I'll never forget the unique smells of Comic-Con. So some of those people may have been aliens because it would make a lot more sense because I don't think those were human smells.
And
There
he
were
still
it
banged him.
makes sense that those costumes.
He's still fucked. Yeah, that didn't
I
stop
mean, you
him.
know, so so I'd like to say that I haven't, but I have, and you haven't, until you've had sex with a stormtrooper. I mean, I don't even know what your life is about. But so, all
Buckle
right.
up, boys.
Okay,
We're getting
so
horny.
there was a time as a younger man in the 16s, 17s area, kind of dating a certain kind of girl, the goth girl, kind of into that occult stuff. Started going down to the LA library, getting into the deep cuts of the book section, find all this weird occult shit, like to do all this stuff. And so, we found these things where you can conjure stuff and do spells and stuff. And of course, I'm trying to get some ass and like, hey, it'd be cool if we conjured a demon anyway. So, I got the candles, we got the shit, I went and got some blood from the butcher, the whole fucking schmear.
How many sheep did you slaughter?
No, like I said, just went
How
to the
much
butcher and got
blood
this
did you
shit done.
smear all over your body?
More than I'd like to tell you.
This is the first episode, I believe, that you didn't date somebody connected to the topic.
Did
Did you ever date a flight? You never dated a flight attendant, pilot, co-pilot, or somebody from Malaysia?
All right, yeah, I think I've done 2 out of 3 of those. But
Okay.
2 spirits, 1 body. 2 girls, 1 cup. You know what I'm saying? It's like
We know you like 2 girls, 1 cup, you horny motherfucker.
If you go beyond that,
Brian's the horniest skeptic in the country. I mean, that's an episode. Is we get all we see how many girls we can get to call into the voicemail that have had sex with Brian.
Still no voicemails.
Yeah.
technically, someone who I have sex with did call into the voicemail.
Yes, but not in regards.
Wait,
to
what was
that.
his name?
Guy.
Oh!
The low fruits over here.
Dude.
Mikey low-hanging fruit mini pies.
Get this guy some aloe vera because he just got
That's
fucking burned.
Well, we do have another. We do have another fun montage. Another running gag is that the end of the episode, Fudge, Anthony tends to throw sometimes a random phrase, sometimes a not so random phrase out at the end. We shared this as a birthday wish, but also something we could play for you. You may have seen this on our social media. These are just some of the great moments of fun.
Aliens!
Spicy meatball. One lung's a bitch. Shenanigan, bitch.
Come to the fairy fort!
Thanks for listening to One Lung's book report.
She sounds cool. All right, now it's over. All right, now it's over. Con, how about next week we show up on time? That's all we ask. Wait. See you later.
Penis.
You're gonna make me edge. I will not be canceled.
Gang shit.
Big throbbing masculine cock. And just reminding you, do not roofie anybody. Oh, shit.
Visit edgingthetruth.com for more information and links to all our social media and podcast directories.
That's too fun.
Oh my goodness.
Just one of the best gags on the show. Not to pat myself on the back, but I always will take every opportunity to do that. So let's chop it up for a little bit, boys. We've done 25 episodes now, so I want all of us to pick one topic that you would like to revisit. Brian, let's start with you. What do you think is most worth revisiting out of what we've done so far?
Aliens. I feel we could always talk about a lot more alien shit, especially with all there's just more and more stuff seems to be coming out, even in the time since we've done that last video.
We never did your alien story, your UFO sighting.
I do believe I filmed something. I have some video that I saw from a clear night sky of some flashing lights. I don't know.
Remember that night.
It was late. It was 4 a.m. It was a little swamp gassy. I don't know. It was good. We'll see. I took a picture. We'll look at it. You be the judge.
Once again, Brian is the highest guy of all time. He is. Look at him leaning over like that.
What? I'm just gonna
Yeah, just fuck.
I thought the thing. And,
You need to join the glasses crew, man. You're the squinting more than any of us, man.
my eyes
just the
feel
weed.
open. They feel open.
Yeah.
and they look close.
I think Aliens is definitely worth revisiting. There's just like so much stuff there. I'd love to go back and talk more about that. One Lung, let's go to you. What do you think we should go back and talk about? What out of the 25, what is the most worth revisiting?
I still think that there's a lot of room to talk about demons and possession. I feel like we've barely scratched the surface of that stuff, and I know that you're going to hear a story today from my mom actually, and I think that as I've talked to people, I've talked to a lot of people lately that have been, telling me about their stories, and I just think that there's a lot of opportunity to get more firsthand experiences with stuff, especially after watching some of the past episodes, even like when we had Sam Cardona on and her talking about, the spirit that she saw inside the frat house. Like, I just feel like we're barely scratching the surface to some of that paranormal activity stuff. And so I'm excited to get more involved with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to go back to like ghosts and stuff like that. That's pretty related to, the demons and shit, and like maybe looking at more specific hauntings or, places that are supposed to be haunted or specific cases or something like that. I think could be really fun.
I still would love to spend a night as a group in a haunted place.
Yeah, that would be fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about that a few times, and I still think that'd be great.
Could we podcast from there?
Yeah, I think we could.
I mean, there's a lot of haunted places here in Vegas. I don't know how many of them are like real haunted or Vegas haunted.
Well, I think there's a lot of haunted places everywhere, Brian.
Red, what would you like to revisit the most?
There's so many. I think we've done a lot of really good catch-all episodes, like the food and drink one, where there's a lot of other conspiracies that fall under that umbrella. I really had a fun time with the wrestling conspiracy theory, even though it was sort of a silly episode. It was actually some really fun. We talked about some stuff that actually happened, and as I'm becoming more of a wrestling fan, I think that'd be fun to revisit. I'm actually staying at the Stanley Hotel, the haunted hotel that inspired the movie and book The Shining, next week. So I'm all for doing, haunted houses and things like that. We haven't really done haunted houses as a thing. We've done ghosts, so I feel like that's sort of like a tangent episode we could revisit. We're going to hear a story about Ouija boards. That's also kind of connected to some of the stuff that we've talked about, but not a revisiting of a topic per se. I think there's plenty that we don't need to revisit also.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think we need to go back to the Dottleston messages or Malaysia flight, whatever, and some of those. I think we've kind of talked through them and went, yep, this is a book. We can close the book on these. So,
are you sure, man? That Avril Lavigne thing. I mean, we could go in that for another 2 hours. I think.
Yeah, that's done, baby.
And Mexican Coke is done as well.
Yeah.
While we're shitting on our episodes, I guess. Jesus Christ.
No, I think we're smart people.
No, they were
and
great
we can
episodes.
see
I
through
just
the
don't think we need to
bullshit.
revisit them.
We finished
Yeah.
it. At this point, we finished.
They're done.
They're
So
done.
if you could go back to any episode and change your opinion, would you? Do you have anything in mind? Red, I'll start with you.
Ooh, that's a good one. I guess I would have to say that on the ones that are a little more open, ghosts, possession, that kind, the more paranormal kind of topics that we've talked about. I feel like I've become more malleable to being open to those things through doing this podcast. I think I've also become a lot more sure of money driving some big, corporate business interest related conspiracy theories, and which is something that, when you see it once, you kind of look at it one way, but now that we've kind of seen a pattern of these things, it's a little more predictable too, and I'm a little more willing to believe it. I don't know if that means changing my opinion, but I think moving forward, my opinions on those things are a lot more set in a certain direction.
Right. One Lung, what about you?
Man, I Red, I can't mimic that comment enough. Like, I think that is such a good thing to bring up with like the money behind some of these conspiracy theories. Like, it's great. As far as the question goes, I think that for me, I think I'm pretty tried and true to my convictions, the way that I mentioned them during our podcast at the time. I don't think there's anything that's happened since that's changed my mind. But I also am pretty open. Like, if something comes up and there's a fact that, what?
I'm set in my ways, but you know what, guys? I'm pretty open.
No, that's not what I said. I said that is not what I said. Again,
So
proving that you're the highest person here. That doesn't even close to what I said.
Yeah, tell him One Lung.
Nothing here has changed my beliefs. Is where you started. Nothing here has changed my beliefs on anything.
Nothing has changed my opinion of what I've said.
Yeah.
But I'm open if something comes up. Like, I'm saying that, like, there hasn't been anything that has changed my mind, but I'm open to it if there is something.
I feel you. I got you. Brian, the horniest skeptic in the country, in the world, actually. Anything you might change about what you've said on this podcast? I mean, usually, if anybody was opposed to a topic, it usually was you. Any of those like come to mind that you might have been a little too harsh on, or you might be open to accepting?
I just want to know if you're going to recant any of these girlfriend stories.
Man, I can't unlive my trauma. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys want from me? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say, you give it a lot of things, but you say yes to a lot of things and answer a lot of ads on the internet.
Jesus.
Just things happen in life, right?
God damn it, Brian.
We get more answers. We're getting more answers.
But no, I mean, I think I'm pretty set in my beliefs on everything. I do feel like Bigfoot is an alien, is a revelation. I think that could very much be a thing. It is why he has a shirt. I stand by that. So I could say that's my big turnaround. That's been like, because you could see it on the episode where I came to that revelation. You saw the spark of that.
You know what's funny is I've heard it from other people now.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Alien Bigfoot tourists.
Yes.
But other than that, no, I stand by everything except for Avril Lavigne. I think that she is replaced by a doppelganger named Queen Doppelpopolis.
There it is, folks. That's the hard-hitting shit that you're going to get on this podcast.
As we go into year 2.
As we go into year 2. We're always looking for more topics. We're always looking for more ideas. So we got a couple voicemails because we're always encouraging people to call in to the voicemail, comment on, an episode that we've already done. Tell us a conspiracy theory you might have or one that you want to get into. Anything, we love to hear from you. So we have 2 voicemails specifically for this episode that a couple people were gracious enough to call in. Red, you want to go ahead and cue those up?
Yes, sir. Here's number 1.
What's up, guys? This is Brian from Florida calling in. Congratulations on the 1-year anniversary show. I just want to ask you guys about the Epstein conspiracy. If this dude actually killed himself, the man came from absolutely nothing. Out of nowhere, gets an elite professor job, like he's real life Goodwill Hunting or something, and then somehow from that becomes a financial advisor for one of the richest, most powerful groups of people in the entire world, kicking it with celebrity politicians, princes of the royal family, and then all of a sudden he finally gets done after our boy down here in Florida, Alex Acosta, gave him a sweetheart deal on his first conviction. He gets out, finally gets arrested again, and then all of a sudden both security guards watching him in the prison go to sleep at the same time, and the camera malfunctioned? Are you kidding me? Yeah, so, I mean, I just want to know what you guys think actually happened. Did he kill himself in that prison cell? Did some powerful government have him whacked because of the blackmail he probably had on so many powerful people? Or, did someone like Israel, who he had relationships with through Ghislaine Maxwell, however you want to say her name, through her dad with Israeli spies, did they go and pick him up to try and utilize that blackmail for themselves? So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Did Epstein kill himself in that prison cell? I don't think so. I want to know what you guys think. And, yeah, congratulations on your 1-year anniversary. And here's to 5, 10, 50 more in the future. All right, thanks, guys.
Awesome. That is my buddy Brian McCardle from the Stands College Sports. Check us out. Weekly college football show on YouTube, Facebook. We're on Twitter as well, from the Stands Sports. But that is a really, really interesting topic, one that I would actually love to dive into, because I know kind of the cliff notes of that. I don't know. It
was a lot to unpack. I was like, what? There was like parts that I was like, what happened?
Yeah,
that's a full episode for sure.
I would love to get into that. I'd actually love to have Brian on the show for that, because it seems like he has some opinions
Double
on
Brian's.
it. And we could go double Brian's.
Double Beazles.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, we got to do an episode on that for sure.
Absolutely.
There's too much. There's just too much.
Put up Cannoli's comment if you can.
Yes, I can. That Brian guy seems tall and cute.
He's very handsome. All right, let's go to our second voicemail. This is somebody that's very special to One Lung.
Hey, so I heard that you guys have been talking about the occult and stuff like that, paranormal maybe activities and stuff. So I wanted to share a family story that involved the Ouija board one time that literally scared the shit out of all of us kids as we were growing up. So my mom found this Ouija board in my uncle's bedroom, her brother's bedroom, and he shared a space over the garage. And I don't know why, but she brought it into the house. And then she had gotten into church and stuff, and she'd learned that there was just all these demons associated with the Ouija boards and stuff, and so you shouldn't actually play with one. And so I think that she thought that she should get rid of it. And actually, I think that she decided that she would burn it. And so she threw it into the fireplace, but the thing wouldn't burn. And so then the next day, after the thing wouldn't burn, and I think that freaked her out pretty good, because she was pretty scared anyway. So then she decided to go ahead and throw it in the trash can and have the trashman take it. But then when the trash was emptied, it was still in the trash can. And so we're not sure exactly what happened with it after that, but we know this. All of our lives growing up, we were never allowed to have anything to do with the occult or with Ouija boards or anything like that, because she was so terrified and swore to God that this thing was so demonically possessed that it moved on its own and started pointing at something in the house. So anyway, later down the road, as we're, going through different things and we ran into Ouija boards here or there, we were literally so scared we would walk 2 aisles over in the store rather than have to go past one. So anyway, just thought you guys would have fun with that. Thanks. Bye.
Super fun.
One Lung,
we got to do an episode on Ouija boards for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
One Lung, is that a story that you were told kind of growing up?
Yeah, in fact, there was a time that one of the neighbor kids across the street had a Ouija board, and I had played with it with them. We as kids, you touch it, and you don't know if one of your friends is moving it or not or whatever. And so you get all freaked out inside. I ran home and I told my mom what happened, and she was so pissed that I even touched the thing. Like, oh my goodness, you would have thought that I touched Satan himself. Like, but now that, they're out of that, it was just not so sure that, she believes in it now or anything like that. But
even bored.
It was definitely a story that I grew up with, and I always thought that Ouija boards were evil and whatnot. And so it's interesting to hear people's stories about them. And my coworker was telling me the other day about a Ouija board story that she has, and there's a lot of stories around them that make you think that, like, there's something to it. So I would love to get into it.
Absolutely. So looks like we have two solid topics to go to moving forward. Speaking of moving forward, we always are looking for even more of those topics. So like I said earlier, call in. Red, can you can you show the voicemail? So 917-979-6071. I know a few of us here in the chat even have already called in. We'd love to hear from you again. If you're listening to this, we'd love to hear from you whenever. Your conspiracies, comments on the show, stuff you want to hear. If you like us, you hate us, roast us. I don't give a shit. It'll be funny. We'll make some content out of it. And, your voicemail potentially will get played on the show. Maybe we'll ask you to come on the show. How honored would you be to join this this group here? So, Red, I think we got some new merch that we need to plug.
Yes, we do, and actually, we're gonna give away some of this new merch. We've got a bunch of merch in our store already. If you have not ever had a chance to check that out, you can go to shop.edgingthetruth.com. We've got a bunch of shirts, a hat, a mouse pad, a variety of stuff. And to commemorate our 1 year anniversary, I thought I would make a new image. So we've got a new shirt design that features the covers of all 25 of our fabulous episodes on the front. And on the back, it has a nice little small version of what you see here on my shirt if you're watching this. Just a nice little thing here on the back. And we want to give away one of these shirts, and we want to give away your choice of shirt as well. So why don't we do it this way? We talked about a few ways to do this. We want to give as many people a chance to win this stuff for free. Here's what you got to do. When this episode goes live on YouTube, all you have to do is go and leave a comment on that video. That's it. Send us a message and then maybe call the voicemail and say, hey, this is so-and-so, and I left a comment on your YouTube, and my YouTube name is this. And we'll take all the names from the first 24 hours, and we'll pull 2 winners from that 24 hours. And we'll reach out to you, and you can pick whatever you want. You can get the new 1 year T-shirt. You can get the mouse pad. You can get the Bigfoot Isn't It Meets an Alien T-shirt. You can get whatever you want. We'll send it to you on us.
You hear that, you fucking motherfuckers? Comment on the YouTube and get some free merch of your choice. How fucking generous is that? That's generous easy. Is that? We're picking 2 people. Generous. Comment now. Call the voicemail now, or you're going to be hearing from my guy Brian up there. You're going to be hearing from him right there. That guy. He's going to fuck your girl.
You don't want that.
Up top.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. You want that guy fucking your girl? You want that guy fucking your girl? Because it's going to happen if you don't fucking comment on the YouTube. Happy 1 year. God damn it. Anything else? What else do we have?
That's it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Yeah. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on podcast platforms everywhere. But the best way for you to find us is always edgingthetruth.com. You can find everything that we do there, our Discord, our voicemail number, our live shows, all the past episodes, everything that you need.
Absolutely. Here, let's do a toast real quick. Here's a toast to 1 year. Toast to 1 year of Edging the Truth. Nice one, lung.
I'm gonna make a proper toast.
In an agua.
Proper toast. All right.
Oh.
Here's to 1 year of podcasting.
He's got a snifter.
2 years of hanging, and hopefully many more years of both. Cheers, everybody.
Yes. Ding. Dang.
This has been episode 26. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I cut you off, Red.
No, I didn't say anything. I was just showing.
He was just showing.
This is good whiskey right here, baby.
It's great. Great whiskey, great times, great podcasting, great friends. Like I said, this is Edging the Truth. your favorite conspiracy theory podcast with a 68-year-old man, the horniest skeptic in the world, the Dart Daddy, 1 lung, 2 holes, 3 darts, and a young dad that hates his life. We're here, episode 26, 1-year anniversary. Hit us up. Look out for more content coming soon. We took this year. I think we did pretty well. Let's double it next year. I think we could be doing a lot better. There's some more things we could be doing. Keep moving on up. Keep putting more clips on Red Rasmus's plate, because why does he ever need to sleep? He just can smoke as many cigarettes and drink as many Red Bulls as his little heart desires. There's Big Dave. We're missing long hair. We're missing Long Brian. There's Mikey Mini Pies. Andy Anthony Big Fudge Johnson. This has been episode 26 of Edging the Truth. It's been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you everybody that tuned in live on Twitch. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Edging the Truth. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/Edging the Truth. We're also on Twitch, twitch.tv/Edging the Truth. All of our info, all of our episodes, info on us specifically, if you want to be stalkers, is at edgingthetruth.com. Hit us up, please. Support the show. Here's to another million years of this shit, fellas. So let's go. It's been an absolute pleasure. Episode 26 of Edging the Truth. It's over, fellas. Penis.
Visit edgingthetruth.com for more information and links to all our social media and podcast directories.